lovers of YouTube, and welcome to another Top 5 Wednesday. I'm excited for this one. This week's topic is Top 5 Genres, and to be honest, when they first released the April topics, I was super stumped about this one because it took me forever to actually think of genres, and I couldn't remember what was a genre and what's not a genre. So anyways, I had to go through and find this, and I'm going to thank Goodreads because they're the one who helped me figure out different genres I like. Now this one is in order too because, hello, genres, you know, you got your basic that you kind of like, and then your super us is all I read. So let's jump into this. So my number 5 genre I have to tell you guys about is going to be contemporary books, because I don't necessarily read a lot of contemporary. I would stay away from it a couple years ago because I couldn't get into it. It was too real life scenarioed for me, and it couldn't keep me entertained. But then I recently read The Fault in Our Stars and I fell in love with it, and so I thought I might as well give contemporary another chance. The number 4 genre I'm going to talk about is going to be paranormal, and that is because I read a bunch of paranormal books when I was in middle school, and then as I got older I just got out of them, and I've recently come back to paranormal books. My number 3 genre is going to be historical fiction. I was never really into historical fiction. I mean, I do enjoy history class quite a bit. I find it extremely interesting, and I don't know how people can sleep through that class. I mean, it's a really interesting class to me. I mean, I guess I'm just a history geek anyways. I recently found myself getting into historical fiction, and I quite enjoy it a lot. So I'm planning on reading more historical fiction. My second genre is going to be, I'm not even sure if this is a genre. I'm gonna call it a genre anyways. Is going to be dystopian. I'm pretty sure it's a genre, isn't it? If it's not, then just consider this fiction, because that's gonna be really embarrassing. But anyways, I'll still have 5. Anyways, dystopian, I have recently got into dystopian books too. I didn't read these a lot till freshman year. I read this actually. I didn't read Hunger Games till freshman year. Caught on the bandwagon finally before the movie came out. Anyways, dystopian, I really like the ideas of the world set in the future, and all these crazy ideas that these authors get for how they think the world may end up in the future. And who knows, for all we know, these plots could actually happen. This is what the world could end up like. But I read The Hunger Games. I read The Hunger Games, I read Catching Fire, I've also read the entire Divergent trilogy, and I completely love dystopian books. I'm hoping to get more sometime soon so I can get into more of these, or if this is not a genre and you're gonna take this as fiction, all I read is fiction, so yeah. And finally, my number 1 genre is, this book I'm holding, I don't even know if it's fantasy. I'm just gonna guess it is. I would think it is, but I don't know for sure. I really don't own any fantasy books, but I have read a lot of them from when I used to go to the library. So I'm just gonna hold this book up just in case. This is gonna be really embarrassing if it's not. Fantasy is absolutely amazing. I love it so much. I love being transported into entirely made up world that somebody pulled out right from their imagination, and it's so amazing, and I just wish I could actually live in these worlds and have these magical powers or abilities or whatever. I just want to be these characters so bad. You don't understand. Anyways, I would be holding up The Lightning Thief, but again, if you watched my Top 5 Wednesday from last week, you would understand what I'm saying when I say the troll stole it. If you're not familiar with my troll joke, I will link my Top 5 Wednesday explaining the troll in my pants so you can understand what I mean when I say the troll stole my book. Yeah, but fantasy, I read this mostly. I did not read this a lot when I was younger. I just recently got into this as of last school year, which is when I discovered the Mortal Instruments series. Why it took me forever to find it, I mean, I knew about it. I saw the books in the library. I just never wanted to pick them up because, one, those are some big books for a little 6th grader me to be reading. And 2, it didn't interest me. I mean, but I never bothered to pick it up and read the back of the book. Anyways, they're amazing and I love the entire series now. Fantasy, I could read that for the rest of my life and be completely okay. I wouldn't have to read any other genre just to read fantasy for the rest of my life. Anyways, that is it for this Top 5 Wednesday. If you did this week's topic, please post your links in the comments so I can go watch them. I love watching other people's Top 5 Wednesdays. So, I'll see you guys next time with a tag video, Top 5 Wednesday, or a book talk. Good morning, good night, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever. I'm Chrissy, and I'll see you next time. My books just fell.